Open with an opening statement and then take some questions.
Very, pleased with the result. We had a great environment tonight. Hopefully something we can build on. Jose and the ladies got it going with a great win earlier, and the electricity in the building continued there, and I thought it was great. I thought we did some good things tonight. We did some things that obviously we need to get a lot better at. Anytime you hold a team to 36% from the field, 25 from the three, we defended well. We did not rebound the ball as well as we're going to need to. That was a concern of ours heading into this game. Body-wise, we got in some foul trouble, which hurt us there. But our guys figured out a way to get the job done. Made some plays there at the end that you have to make. Made a couple crucial free throws. Tulio hit a big three on a play that, the possession before, he told him he could have drove it. That time he came off him, they played off him, and he shot it. We got a long way to go. There's no doubt about that. But, hopefully you saw a little bit of the grit that our guys try to play with, especially on the defensive end. And we just got to keep building. Our daily habits are getting better, which will make us a better team. So, very, very, pleased with the win, especially to open up the season.
Coach, can you talk about Tulio's performance tonight? He was very efficient.
Very efficient. Over the last 2 weeks, his daily habits have just gotten better and better and better. And as I just told the radio, it's not rocket science. If you practice harder and practice better on a daily basis, you have a better chance of playing well. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's still a relatively young player, second year in college. Consistency, being able to sustain things is a challenge. That's universal, but for guys between 18 and 22, it doesn't matter. It's just he's doing it on the court, but he's gotten better, and I think that has shown the last 2 games. He's taking better shots, no turnovers today, not forcing anything. Defensively did a really good job for us. We had to switch some stuff and put him on the guard. He did a good job there. So I'm very pleased. And the challenge always is, can you sustain it now? Can you continue on your daily work effort? Can it be at the level of where you want to play at? And if he does that, then he's only going to keep getting better.
Coach, were you surprised with FAU's last play that they didn't just try to penetrate the pitch or go to the basket?
We were switching all ball screens, any handoffs, anything like that. I think off the first double high ball screen that they ran, if they could have turned the corner, that was the first option. But we switched it so we were underneath them, and we were very, very effective on the switch. Our guys executed it extremely well, and then they had to go to a second or third option because of it. The one thing I told our guys, they knew the coverage. The most important thing is you can't give up a second shot, and we didn't do a good job on the glass today. I'm going to have nightmares tonight on the rebounding, but we'll get better at that. But when that shot went up, there was a lot of white jerseys were finding guys to hit, and which was good to see. So it's a really good play that Mike ran. It's a really good play, and obviously that kid's a heck of a shooter, and we defended it pretty well.
Coach, along the same line, your last shot, was that the first option?
We had a couple options. I wanted Jiggs to go off the ball screen a little harder the first time, but they kind of feathered it and flatted it a little bit. But we had Tulio underneath. We had Peyton coming to the corner on an overload. But then when the big guy stayed on Tulio, that opened up that middle drive, and Jiggs did a good job of reading that. And, it was interesting in our shoot-around today. He was the first guy on the court, and I was down there. And on that same basket, he was working on his little hand shot, that little floater, ends up winning the game for us.
Coach, their center, Ronald Delph, is having a lot of success underneath. What did you see from him, and what were some plans to try and neutralize him?
Well, he really hurt us on the glass. You know, he goes 7 to 16. I think he was 2 for 9 in the second half, in the first half. So he did a very good job in the first half on him. He's very, very skilled, you know, and you can guard him and he can turn over either shoulder and shoot over you. We got caught on the switch and he hit one on Terrence. But where he hurt us is on the offensive glass. You know, I think other than the shot he hit on Nick in the left corner and the shot on the right low wing on Terrence, I think every basket he scored in the second half was a putback. We gotta lay a little more wood on those guys underneath the basket and hit some people and be a little more physical, and that's something that we need to work on.
Coach, you started 3 guys in grad school tonight. With that kind of experience, can you do some different things earlier in the season? Can you put in some more advanced concepts than you could with a younger team?
Oh yeah, you can, but at the same time we still got, it's everybody's new, so every concept is advanced right now. You know what I mean? But they have a pretty good basketball IQ, pretty good feel. I think sometimes it's interesting. Terrence Samuel kind of gets overshadowed a little bit. He's a glue guy, man. He did some good things tonight. 9.6 assists. Need him to rebound a little better, but he was on Troutman. Did a good job on him. To answer your question, yes, we can, but there's still 8 other guys out there that are playing, so you can't, just do that and have those other guys lost. I think defensively, they've picked up, our different defenses, pretty good, and we just played man-to-man tonight, but we're going to have to do some changing up on our defenses as the season progresses.
Coach, on the possession where your team got the stop that led to the possession where Jiggs made the floater, the defensive rotation looked close to textbook. Could you talk about that?
It was, and that was a gritty possession because we were dead at that time. I mean, dead tired. Guys sucked it up. We had a great coverage on the ball, great coverage on the roll. Tulio did a great job of, as I've always said, defense is multiple efforts. So he helped on the roll. We had active hands on the ball, so the guy couldn't throw a straight line dart pass. He had to have some air underneath it, which gave Tulio the opportunity to recover, get a deflection, and it went off on them. So that was as good a defensive possession as you can have. We had 2 or 3 in the second half that were really good. We had a couple shot clock violations, a couple forced shots. We need to, again, as we talked about, one of the things that we need to keep getting better at is, offensively, so it doesn't put so much pressure on your defense.
Coach, with so many new faces, is it a work in progress until you gel?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's hard. You got everybody's new. As I said, last Friday with the exhibition game, the only 2 guys that have ever been on the court at the same time are the 2 kids that played at Penn State last year. So
That includes the coaching staff.
Yeah, no doubt. And so that's going to be a challenge, and that's why everybody kind of picked us where we're at and all those different things. But I like the progress that we're making. There's no doubt about that, and these guys have done everything that I've asked them to this point.
Anything else?
The Manderson thing, is that a discipline issue, Coach, or is it?
Again, he'll be back. He's just going to be, withheld from competition till that Eastern Michigan game. So, and as I said it, I said it publicly before. I'll say it again. He's getting better. He's doing well in school. He's on track to graduate. Everything that I've asked him since I've been here, he's been able to do. So I'm pleased with his progress, and we plan on him bouncing back and being ready to go in the Eastern Michigan game.
All right, thanks, Coach.